I'm as real as it gets. I tell the truth. I tell my truth. I tell everything that happened in my life in detail if people want to hear it. My autobiography is When Truth is Called Crazy. It's as real as it gets. I mean, I put as much as I could in the book. There's always more. I could have put a lot more in it, but I put as much as I could in the time frame to do that. The same as my new book, The True Teachings of Jesus. It took me 2 years to get it to where I wanted it to be. Uh, Simple. It's not complicated. It gets to the point on a few things. What Jesus was really teaching. Again, most people don't want to know. It has to do with reincarnation. Christians don't want to know the truth, what Jesus was teaching. Well, we don't believe in that. Jesus didn't come to recreate a religion, and people don't understand that. Buddha had an idea, an image, created a thought form, and people accepted it. But along the way, there's been many spiritual people with a truth that they thought they can bring out to the world, and they were killed doing it, disappeared doing it. So what I'm saying is, it's time. I said that last show I did. It's time to wake up, time to be real, time to do something, time to work on yourself. If you have faith in yourself. Look in the mirror. Stare at yourself for 20 minutes. Open your eyes, keep your eyes open, dim the lights so that you can just barely see your face. Maybe you need to see a past life or something that'll stimulate what you're going through, what you need. There's multiple spiritual techniques to use. Some of them are really physical. Breathing heavy and then holding your breath helps a real lot. I mean, not just to pass out, but to get that energy flowing or move it that's stuck. So, I want to say this. TJ wants us to create TJ Ministries. I'm thinking of doing it. Be one of our main speakers. When I use ministries, suddenly it goes to religion. And I mean, I always have to say New Age, but even that, they're a ridiculous idea. So I don't know how to get around that part. Ministries sounds like it's a Christian movement. It could be Catholic, Protestant, whatever. But it sounds like a movement of religion. Ministries just means you're going to be ministered by thought of different ideas that you might not know. So, if you have an idea on that, let me know. TJ Ministries. I mean, we're both ministers, but do I want to promote that part of it? I don't want to say I'm better in any way than anybody else. I'm aware, not like most people are, not. So, it's ego has to be there a little, because you have to be aware and respect yourself. Thinking you're something or somebody, or not the most important person on the planet, but an important person in your reality. After all, you're going to have to be in it forever. So you might as well learn it, understand it. Well, I have like 2 days to get things together for this storm that's coming, and it can miss us. You know how they spiral out or go this way or go that way? It could spiral in and definitely hit us completely. I don't know what time it's supposed to come in, but I go down to the ocean every day. And if I see a cloud, I saw rainbows the past 3 days, but I also saw a cloud line across the ocean. Within 5 minutes, that line Well, TJ puts a lot of time into it, what she's doing. She's been putting day and night, working and working on getting all this stuff. I mean, she's been helping Janet with the Stargate to the Cosmos. Uh, but again, we know the scenario there. I can't go. I wasn't invited. The whole thing. So uh, we don't get along. We never did. 6 years. Her viewpoint is always love and light. Even though she lets speakers say bad things are happening and stuff, but oh, we can't focus on that. We can't just well ask her of who and what happened to her and stuff in her life and who she is. Delusional. When we say things that we can't prove in any way, I call it delusional. People can believe it. You can give a person a lie detector test, and they will still pass it because they totally believe what they want to believe. And you tell yourself something enough, it becomes a reality in your own thinking. And if that happens, then you believe it was a real experience. Please, aliens come here. Think about it. Why? Well, you know, what we do and how we make other people think is karma, especially if you feed them bad information. I think I even said to Janet's face that we experience things, we go through things, but we make other people go through things, it's our karma. That's why I can only tell the truth that I know, that I accept, that I understand. I don't know how far TJ's going with this conference, whether she's going to go or not to it. I know she said I was invited to go to spend the 2 nights in the hotel room with her if I did go. But again, I wasn't invited because they don't agree with me and I don't agree with what they say. I don't agree with many people because many people say it's their truth. Just saying this is your truth doesn't mean a thing. Why is it your truth? Prove it. Well, I met these aliens, I met those aliens, and you don't have one thing from any of them. You don't have any solid proof of that. You don't have any pictures of them. You don't have anything that they wore or part of the ship or nothing. You know, and you have a past life experience, and you're going back in your life. Here's something real fast. And you see something. Look out, look with your eyes. What do you see when you're in your past life? Don't just look at the alien or the guy, the being that's standing there. Look around. See a newspaper, see a book, see a street sign, see your license plate. Anything that'll confirm something that when you go to the library, you can pull it up and say, hey, this is the time frame I was or where I was. At least it's proof for you. I mean, do other people have to believe that? No. But when you prove things to yourself, that's all that matters. That's what life's about. Because it's what you prove to yourself is what you're going to have to deal with when you die. Not with other people trying to prove to you is going to help you when you die. So it's a simple scenario, and we could use it or abuse it. Learn to use the light, learn to use the truth. A good thing, abuse it, karma comes. And hopefully you're working on that now so you don't have to play with that karma every day for the rest of your life. So we each have our limits of how much we can push ourselves. I mean, I've been pushing my body more so now than not. But I moved into a new house. So much work's being done. I mean, I had to cut like 12 giant trees down today. When the trees fell in our house, the other guy next door cut down 3 trees and they fell in our house. But then I had to go put beams in the roof, and now I'm inside and outside to make it protected again and everything else. But we each have our missions, and if we look for it and are willing to find it, we'll find it. Don't give up ever, because the day you give up Could be the day you get it, or it could be the day you never go back. So the scenario is what soul says. Learn to listen to what soul says, and then you'll know how much more you can push or you can't. I mean, standing there 24 hours in front of a door waiting for it to open, maybe you're not ready for it to open. Just because you say you're something or believe you're something doesn't mean you are that. And that's why I'll never say I'm spiritual. Because then it'll really raise me above everybody else. Because there's nobody spiritual on planet Earth. When you attain that, you leave. It's simple. It's not complicated. You don't stay here. Jesus had to leave. I mean, Buddha, Gandhi, Milarepa, all those people, Quetzalcoatl, Kubi Kwans, if they're all real names, it's just names. But don't they have to disappear? So, with that, I'm going to end the show now. But I want you to think about those things again, and I'll follow through. I think we'll stick with one of them, death, reincarnation, or karma, one of the three next week. Just that word. And go into how every action, what actions we are that can create them. What actions we can do to uncreate them. So if TJ does set up the TJ Ministries, it'll be a topic, and that's what I'll have to say within. I mean, I try to keep notes so I don't go too far out of what I want to talk about. Well, you know, they're saying it's going to just miss us, but again, with that earthquake, volcano going off, could pull it into it. I mean, there was this, the islands down near Australia just had a 7-point-something earthquake yesterday, this morning, whatever. The energy with the alignment that we just had and everything's critical. It's affecting a lot of things. Look at the weather. We have the worst weather. I guess I can just finish up with that. But the fires that are burning are destroying the ozone layer of what little we have. If it gets destroyed, the world will seriously deteriorate because it protects us from a lot of the radiation. It does a lot of important things for this world. Now, to say protons, neutrons spinning around decided that, knew that, worked it out so that this could be this and we don't have to get exposed to that is ridiculous. So without a God, most people's idea working with your karma is becoming aware. So everything you need to do to become aware is working with your karma. Being alive, yes, is the most important way. Being here on planet Earth is the most easiest way to work off karma. On the astral plane, it takes much longer. The closer you get to being happy, or thinking you're happy, or having what you think you need, like on the astral plane, you don't have to eat, you don't have to do this, you pick an age you want to be, and all those kind of things. You'd rather stay there than here. But does it work off karma? No. You're in the same place as you are here with the amount of karma you have. But if your karma is overwhelming, then you do have to come back to here to work it off. And the really bad things are going to make you come back here. Using God's name in vain, I just think 90% of the world does. Not a good thing. It creates karma. Whether it's tiny or not, it creates karma. And I just know too many people that do. So, being this